Good day, open hearts, and thank you for being here at Ixchel Energy. Today is 6 AJPU. AJPU days to me are very close. And this is again just my interpretation. AJPU feels to me as us, the highest version of us, the ascended human, when we already are integrated fully with our light body, when we already transition through many layers of awakening. This is AJPU, and we are the God human, the human God, the Godhead. I don't know. There's so many ways of me describing it, but the way I see AJPU is the human with the light body activated, and 6 represents to me the eternal connection, the unconditional love, and the infinite, unbreakable bond that we have with our source. And this day, this is what's happening as the field is shifting now. Today is a very big shift because I feel 6 AJPU is coming in with this incredible overlay of light, huge plasma light, because AJPU is the sun and is the human. This is Hue. So if you would like to sing Hue today is a very good day to sing Hue as the sun goes down. So this is happening. We are receiving this incredible overlay of very powerful light, but at the same time we are trying to grasp and anchor. We meaning all of us, the collective, and by that I mean me, you, and everybody that you see in the news, that you see in Washington, that you see in Tibet, that you see in China, everybody, because everybody that you see is just a version of you. You know, that is just having a different experience, but it's the same source frequency as you. It's just a different expression and a different experience. So we are trying to anchor to this new grid that we have now, because it is here, it's already here. The old one is not longer in place. So we're trying to anchor using the old tools and using the old reasoning, and that's not working because we are in a brand new field. So this is when I feel today there's a lot of mental breakdowns, and I don't want to make light of it because it feels very real. There's a lot of mental oppression, and at the same time this is in the mind, you know, the mind trying to navigate using references of history that is false, it's not real. So you're trying to use these references of history in a brand new field that we have never walked upon. So that is not going to work. So right there it's like this I see it as sparks of electrical sparks in the mind, and they are not connecting. We're trying to connect, and they don't connect because they are all tools, and we're trying to use them with all information, and we need to let that go. And because we need to let that go, there is a huge wave of grief coming in that I started feeling. And this grief is about not wanting to let go of the way we thought things were going to go back to, of the way things were. Of course, the grief of a lot of our loved ones that have left, and the grief of people that are in the process of leaving. They are not wanting to stay in the body because the body is not working with this new frequency, and it just becomes very difficult. And they say, well, this is it, this is what I wanted to experience, now I'm done. But this, because we are witnessing this, we experience this grief for what is, you know, what it feels like we no longer have. And there's also this grief of the illusion that somebody else has our freedom at hand. Somebody else has more control than us, and that is an illusion, because we are sovereign beings. Nobody can control unless we give up our control and say, here, you take care of this, I'm not. And that's already a choice, so you make a choice on that. So nobody has your freedom at hand, and nobody has control over your path as you have, as we all have. We are all in control of our path. And it's just you know, when we need to move around in this brand new field, checking in with ourselves every step on the way without looking outside for clues and guidance. Okay, so everything that you look out and see, just look at it and just run it and see, how does this feel? And like I said, there are some huge flags to me that just scream not real, it's illusion. And I already went through these before. You know, the first thing is when you see separation, it's just an illusion, because everybody, I don't care how appalled, how awful you feel about seeing another human being in front of you, or on TV or on the radio, whatever, this is just another version of you having another experience. So when you pass judgment, you pass in judgment of on yourself, and you cannot hold a person in the dark without you having a piece of yourself holding that, being in the dark with them. Okay, so that's false. So there's a lot of this coming up, and it will continue to come up, because the whole point of it, the way I see it, is that we learn to navigate using our very own discernment tools. Okay, stop navigating by looking outside and getting your clues from the outside. When you feel very high emotional charges, that's a big clue that is false. Remember I said something about, I had a video, I think, about the difference between emotions and feelings. And emotions are fine. It's just, you know, something you have in your nervous system, and you need to learn how to navigate and get in touch with you, talk to your nervous system, because sometimes when they are supercharged, it just tells you this is something that is not aligned with your organic nature, with your template. So just watch it, you know, just observe. And when we just watch it and observe, most of the time it just dissolves and moves through, just like the clouds. When you're meditating, the thoughts just go through. So when you find something is supercharged, it's an illusion. So just observe, sit with it, and it will move through. The other thing I've been seeing a lot is people very you know, righteous and blaming others. And when you blame somebody, you already put yourself in a position of a victim, because you're saying they did something to you and they are to blame, or something happened and they are to blame. And you don't want to be in the victim seat, because it's not a position that you want to play. Because this is the seat that is the most, this is the lowest of the levels right now. So it's the most dense, and it's the most difficult to move up from. So identify, where are you feeling out of control? Where do you feel you don't have control? Where do you feel like you're the victim of a situation? Because you need to sit with that and question it, you know, inquire what's going on. Why do I feel like this? How am I seeing and perceiving this, I don't know, conversation of interaction with somebody else, or newscast and news that you saw, I don't know. So just question it, because those are red flags that will, it takes a lot of energy to navigate through that, and there's not need for it. If you learn to identify them, you save yourself so much time and energy. So just make sure that you run everything through your inner guidance, so that you save energy, and then you can continue to flow through the fields, through the journey that you selected, that you designed, that you want, and then continue to experience what you want to experience. Okay. The other thing that's coming up is people that are, up in arms to defend something. And again, when you're defending something, it's because you feel attack. If you feel attacked, you already are in the victim position. So again, that is very dense frequency that you are creating around, and then it's very hard to move through again. So when I was little, I used to remember, I was like 7 years old when I was in elementary school, and I went to Escuela San Miguel, and they had a big statue of San Michael's angel with a sword. And little like that, I used to question, why would an angel would need a sword? What can be more powerful than the angel? Or if the angel works with God in the same, department or something, if God is all powerful, why does God need an angel with a sword? So I used to question this when I was like 7 years old. I think it was 3rd grade. That's when I was in Escuela San Miguel in Jutiapa in Guatemala. So that's what I mean. Just ask questions, inquire. Why does this feels not organic? It doesn't feel like it's my own. So what is the origin of this emotion? So when I question this, I start the questioning, and every so often it will come into the field for me to view it. And that's when I realize religion is just, to me, in my experience, just feeding the belief system that we are not connected to God. For some reason we are below here, and then God is like up here, and we need to strive to reach some place, which it makes no sense to me. Later, I understand now that a warrior, a person that has the courage to fight, to take that sword, as Michael has the sword, is a person that is courageous enough to move through the fields, feeling the fear, because this it's fearful to confront your shadows. San Michael standing on top of what people think is a demon, I feel is the illusion. It's just standing on top of the illusion. Some people say it's the ego, which is also, it's an illusion. It's not organic to us. It was just, the ego just serves its purpose so that we can experience something. And now, like I said, it doesn't have power. So we can take the baby ego and put it in the back seat and buckle up, stay there. I'm navigating now. From now on, I am in control. And you will hear, or sometimes the ego will kick your seat, kick your seat while you're driving. And you just calm it down. Understand that it is just a program. It's just all belief systems coming and trying to, take the wheel. And you just very lovingly and with gratitude, you just tell it, just chill, just stay there. Because it's not supported anymore. So it's difficult when you see so much ego around. It's just all projectors running all movies, but they are not plugged on the walls. I think this is the only way I can say it. That a person walking around running the projector, running all movies, just recycling all stuff, but because it's not supported, there is no electricity. The projector is not plugged on the wall, so it is plugged on our own energy system. So we're feeding that. That's where it gets very tired. So just recycle the same old stuff, and not questioning it. And then it just, you never move out of that. It's like a small box, and you're just rolling, and you don't realize that all you need to do is pick up like that, and it's like, whoa, I can just get out of here. It's like the chutes and ladders, when they show me in December that we can just come higher, and then that other level started to appear as transparent, and then it just dissolved. And this is now us here, 2021, when we need to move through our journey with the certainty that our inner guidance is the best tool we have, and we need to follow that, because that is where, you know, where we're going to end up in places and situations and in experiences where we are going to feel more in control and in power and sovereign. And we need to understand that. Do not look for guidance outside, especially if the guidance that you're receiving is fear-based. Okay, so that is definitely a no-no. I go back to the same thing with like I said, with the masks. Not happy about the mask, but I use it because I don't want to create more fear, first of all. And the way I see it is like when I go to a temple, and for me to experience the inside of this beautiful temple, I am required to cover. They give you these skirts we have little velcro, so you can cover your legs in case you are wearing pants. I don't know, but it's just the way it is. If you want to experience this temple inside, this is what it is. So if I want to go inside this supermarket because I want to get a couple of avocados, if that's how they want to play the game, I'll put the mask on and just go get my avocados and come out. There is no need to create any kind of drama or any, because nobody has the power to take that away from me, my peace of mind, and nobody has the power to take it away from you either. It's yours to experience in whatever way you want to experience. So if you want to struggle and persist and fight, then that's what you are going to receive. Okay, so you put out and you receive, you put out and you receive. This other thing with the vaccinations, they only freak out about they're gonna make us vaccinate, and don't buy into it. Okay, don't panic, don't freak out about something that hasn't happened. It's in the future, so you create the levels of anxiety. It's not here, and if it is, then run it through your body and then make a decision then. And we all belong to different groups. You know, we all have our family groups. We have the neighbors, co-workers, and larger families, you know, and they have their own experiences and they can make their own decisions. So allow that to happen, because that is their path. You are not in control of their path. I know you love them dearly, but they have designed their path and they are learning to navigate just like you are. So if they, you know, and they are just another version of you, if they decide that they're gonna do things different than what you feel you're gonna do, it's fine. It's their path. That doesn't mean you stop loving them and that they stop loving you. Okay, it just means that it's a different experience that they are choosing and you're choosing a different one. So there is no reason to freak out. You have to allow everybody to make their choices, because this is what 2021 is about: to learn to use your discernment, to learn to move through uncertainty, because that's what I feel is this field that is so new, and when we move into something new, it's uncertain. Okay, so we need to be comfortable with that. The more we move through using our own guidance system and inner dialogue. I know sometimes I get very schizo because I talk, and sometimes I talk out loud, you know, when I'm questioning, and I am talking to my heart, and I talk to my head, and I talk to my belly sometimes, you know, because sometimes if I'm moving through experience that is frightful, I would I put my hands on my stomach and I will remind my body that it's okay, that I am safe. This is just an experience and we're gonna move through it. So sometimes I talk out loud, and this dialogue can be, I don't know, it could be a little freaky if somebody else would hear it or, you know, witness. But at this point of my life, I don't care. I carry a lot of peace in my heart, a lot of peace in my head, and a lot of peace in my belly. So all the levels, okay? And that is the job of the true warrior. The warrior is the person that is responsible for your own field. And like the Buddha said, your own sidewalk. The person that has the courage to move through fields of fear, you know, not negating the fear, knowing that it's there, it exists, and accepting the fact that it's there, but you're willing to do the work that takes to build the courage to move through it with the vibration that is necessary at that moment in this field, okay, to balance it. That is the true warrior for me. It's not you know, some people, the warrior of light, and we're gonna go, and because that, you know, already if you're going into battle, that means there is somebody receiving on the other end, right? So that's a red flag right there. You know, it's like, no, it doesn't mean it doesn't it's not happening, because some people are, that's their experience, and it's fine, it's just not mine. So I just wanted to come in and give you some of the way I see it, and so that you know that you can also question it and find another way of perceiving the situations. Okay, everything changes, so nothing is going to stay the same. So if you need to sit with yourself and experience some grief about, you know, what's happening, what we are leaving behind, and now that we're moving forward, you know, take your time. Take your time. I just recommend you spend as much time as possible outside, because 6 AJPU, like I said, is a huge overlay of beautiful frequencies that are trying to create, that are not trying, but they are here to create balance between your mind, your heart, and your Tanyan, your power center. Okay, if we allow it, if we move with it, it will assist us to create this balance. And that is the true warrior. That's the person that has the courage to move through the fields that seemingly are full of, you know, hate and fear and, I don't know, blaming and judgment. And, you know, things change. So what you do is you take care of your own field, you take care of your own sidewalk, you vibrate, you can try to bring on the vibration that is needed at the moment in that field, and stay centered, you know, all in your core. You ground yourself in this column of light that we all have. That is where you want to hold on to. Okay, you understand too that this is not a column of light that we have and it chops off here. No, this continues all the way, and it goes all the way down. You do not need to see an end to this column of light. It's not necessary, in my view. You can just understand that this is your eternal connection, and this is your eternal grounding to the mother, because we're experiencing this in this plane, in this field, in this physicality. So we are fully connected. So ground yourself to this center, this core, and understand that this is the experience that you are creating. You came here to experience this. This is so exciting, because it's the shift of the ages. We are moving and through this dismantling, because brand new age is here already. So that's why it feels like it is falling apart, yes, but because we're not we can't live that like that anymore. That is all, and the new is already here. So be hopeful, have faith that the new is already here. Okay, some of the little kids that are poor things experiencing this homeschooling and on a screen, a little computer for hours, they are the ones that are going to design maybe the next classrooms outdoors. Okay, because they have this experience and said, this is not good, and I'm going to design new schools. Or people that are, you know, terrible experiences in healing centers, that they can, maybe they're going to be the ones coming out and say, this is what I have this image of a healing center that is different. It has bigger windows, it has, I don't know, open roof, something. So we are creating our experiences moment by moment. We are just, you know, feel like you're making little teeny little steps, little by little. So just be very mindful of your vibration, because that is your responsibility. And what are you projecting? What ripples, what waves are you sending out to the field? Okay, if you want to help, then just, you know, everybody just understand that when you are vibrating to a higher level of frequency, you can affect bigger number of people. Okay, regardless of the masses that you see going crazy, you know, you can affect bigger number of people when you are vibrating to a higher frequency. And if your family members or your neighbors, they are not making the same choices than you are, just understand that they are another version of you. They having another experience planned for them, and that is okay. Okay, you just love them and they love you, and that's okay. So just be open and allow for everybody's experience to unfold, and understand that this is the journey to move through this uncertainty with faith. We are the angels. So I hope this was helpful. I see the divine mothers coming in, and they are all, you know, surrounding us. And there's a lot of pink and white, like white rose frequencies coming around, and the sun, golden frequency. So understand that today's 6 AJPU is just it's a huge overlay of beautiful frequencies coming in to support the major shifts that we're gonna go through in a couple of, the next few weeks. So your job is to move with faith, okay? And even though you feel scared, make sure that you're running everything through your body, through your field. Your body cannot lie to you. And how do you know that you are moving organically? Because you see the fear, but the fear doesn't move you, okay? Your heart moves you. Your higher mind moves you. Your courage, your belly moves you. The fear doesn't move you. So that's how you know you're listening to, you're at a higher level. There is no fear at the higher level. Okay, so I hope that helps. So remember, we are the angels. That is so key, because this is you, and there are many of you that are experiencing all kinds of different really fun movies out there. And included in that is also beautiful master beings. That is also is you. Okay, so with that, I leave you. Enjoy your beautiful weekend. Have a blessed 6 AJPU, and you can go ahead and chant Hue, and that will calm also your body. How you can chant Hue? You take a deep breath. You can set the timer. You can set the timer for 7 minutes. If you don't want to do 7, you can 3 minutes. Take a deep breath, and for as long as you have breath, you're just going to chant Hue. Okay? Hue. To tell you, as soon as I start chanting Hue, there is a column of light that just comes in, this beautiful golden column of light. So even if you don't see it, know that it's there. Okay, so you set the timer, and that will calm your body, your emotional body, all your feels. Okay, please make sure that you are moving through life, through your journey, using your inner guidance. Okay, thank you so much for your patience listening to this. Thank you so much for sharing, subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Divine blessings. Namaste.